3 pound greater.
That's why I would never like have any sympathy for anybody in the military crying about this vaccine.
Ever.
If you're in the
I got
military,
a
you're anti-vaxxer, then you just talk.
I got a cousin, man. He don't want to get it, but he's been in the military. He's out now, but he's been in the military. Wow. My dad was like, man, die then, because as many shots that he had to take in his 21 years in the military, and my dad really didn't have to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all didn't have to take shots for the Germans?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Coming back to, right?
Hell yeah. Every time. Hell yeah. So that's why when it was time to get the vaccine, I'm like, man, when can I go? Sign me up. Because what you gonna do? I'm tired of walking around and being scared to breathe outside. Even though I'm still scared to breathe outside right now. Man, we'll get into that shit. Y'all ready, man?
Yeah.
Let's do it, man. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the OG Sports Show. It's your boy Chuck.
Slow motion.
MB.
We are back again. What week is this? Is
2023.
it Michael Jordan week?
24, 23. Yeah, that's MJ week.
Oh, I'm
MJ
glad I'm not
week.
the only one that don't know the damn.
My bad. I mean, you know.
What is it?
23.
23.
Okay.
MJ week.
Jordan.
Hold on,
Jordan.
wait. 23.
2-3.
It's the
So
Jordan.
when you go into your segment,
It's Mike
don't be
week.
talking about what the lick read. Week 12. 23.
Yeah, but we got so much to get into. So much has happened in sports
man.
these past couple of weeks, so we need to jump right into it, fellas.
Today.
Yeah, for real. Slow.
Right.
What the lick read, bro?
What the lick read? Three.
The confidence
The
in
confidence.
that 23.
What?
That made your whole day.
I'm gonna be messed up next show. All right. The college football playoff has been set. All right. It seems so funny that the college football season is over.
I know, man. It feel like it just
Began. Like it was just August.
This is when my depression started to set in, when I don't have college football to watch on Saturday.
When the Army-Navy show get pubbed.
Bad times.
Is it
Bad times.
when the Army-Navy game get pubbed, like, oh.
Bad times. It's almost over.
Was it a thing when we were younger where the Army-Navy game was something we was intrigued about and watched? Because now I could. Okay.
No.
I like it because, by being in the military, of course, I go for Army. It's always a cool game. Actually, the ending of the game is cool.
Yeah.
But then, like, last couple of years, Army finally beat Navy after losing.
Yeah.
8-9
It's cool.
times.
It's like I said, it's cool to watch every now and again. I watched it a few times, as a kid and as adults. I think one of my brother's former teammates, I think, ended up playing for Navy. He was quarterback for Navy. So I watched it a few times. But yeah, when you know when that game is being pubbed, it's like, oh man, it's almost over.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. I mean,
got a hot month and a half.
That's it.
Roughly. Yeah.
And
that's it.
Championship week is over. And we got the playoff, I think, that ESPN and a lot of pundits wanted. They wanted Alabama, Georgia.
For the most part, I think they did. I was telling you the other day, I really think they was looking for a reason to knock Cincinnati out.
Right.
They was looking for a reason to. They was hoping, I feel like anyway, they was hoping that Cincinnati would slip up against Houston or like have a bad showing,
right, and
then come on Oklahoma State, win, so we can bump y'all into the 4. We'll have an all-power 5 4. But that didn't happen, obviously. Cincinnati did what they were supposed to do. They beat Houston and they're undefeated. You can't deny them. You know what I'm saying? But I still didn't think they were going to give them any more than 4.
Yeah, it's hard to. It would have been hard to keep them out 2 years in a row.
Oh yeah.
Especially after the year they had last year, then you come back and you run
and do them dirty again.
Yeah. The cries for the whole system to be blown up would have been even louder.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said at a minimum. I mean, I probably would have put them 3, or maybe even 2, but they'll at least be 4.
Yeah. It was just hard for me to put them past Georgia, Michigan, and Alabama. I couldn't put them above any one of those three.
I
Now, after seeing what we saw with Alabama and Georgia, and then reevaluating Georgia's full season, how the best team that they beat was a 9-3 Kentucky team. That made me think, well, maybe Cincinnati should have been above, at least above Georgia. But then at the same time, I said they've been number one pretty much the whole season. So how do you bump them down that far for one loss?
Right. That wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we got the 4 best teams.
It looks that way. It looks that way.
I don't think outside of maybe Notre Dame, but you lost to Cincinnati.
Right. And who else did they really beat?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Baylor lost too many games. All the other teams.
If Baylor didn't lose 2 games, Baylor would be in.
Right, would be in.
Yeah.
If Baylor would have just been a 1-loss Big 12 champion, they would have been in.
Now, a 1-loss Oklahoma team would have jumped Cincinnati.
Yes. And that's why I would say a 1-loss Oklahoma State team would have also jumped in. If Oklahoma State would have let's say if they would have dominated Baylor, they would have jumped.
You think so?
That'd have been their chance to get Cincinnati out.
Oklahoma State, I mean, their schedule though, other than that Big 12 schedule and playing Oklahoma, their schedule has been pretty weak. So
it is.
But it ain't like Cincinnati.
The thing about it is like I said, I just feel like the powers that be did not want Cincinnati in there. They were looking for every excuse in the world to knock them out.
If Notre Dame didn't finish the way they finished, Cincinnati wouldn't be in there.
No. But I'm with you, B. I think we got the best 4 teams.
Oh yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I would have liked to have seen Alabama and Michigan play for the semifinal, but then thinking about it, watching it, and thinking about it even more today, I feel like Alabama and Michigan will be the best national championship game of the 4 that's left.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Because those 2 teams, Georgia travels okay, but Alabama and Michigan travel well.
The national championship game is where?
Indianapolis.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna be full of Notre Dame. I mean, it's full of Michigan fans because they just got to go to Indiana. Obviously, Alabama's gonna drive up, fly up.
Yeah, they're going.
They're gonna be there. It's gonna be if that's the final.
Right.
If it pans out that way, it'd be great.
If it's a Georgia Alabama rematch, I don't think the ratings of the numbers are gonna be as high as it would be if it was say Bama and Michigan.
It will be in the South, but
that's what I'm saying.
The numbers in the South would be crazy.
Right,
but nationally, I agree. It's not gonna be the same.
They want Michigan in.
No,
they don't want anything to do in Cincinnati.
Right.
Unless Cincinnati goes out and beats Alabama, and not convincingly, but they beat them. Whereas
they beat them at all. Yeah.
They beat them. They'll be like, okay, then here comes your story.
And it could happen. I mean,
it could.
Alabama's not as strong on defense. I mean, they didn't look like it Saturday, but
but think about Georgia.
Georgia's offense.
Georgia does not. The one thing that's holding Georgia back that you can say is elite. If they don't have an elite quarterback, and to be a program that successful and to win that many games and not to be able to get one of these top quarterbacks every year, like just
they have
transfers out.
Hold on, they have blue chip quarterbacks. He's just not playing them. Like, I would assume JT Daniels is healthy now.
Oh, he's healthy, but boy had him on a roll.
So he had him on a roll. He's managing the offense well.
Right.
Okay. Nobody's expecting Stetson Bennett to go out and light nobody up, and I think that's the problem they're going to run into against Michigan. Now, mind you, I don't have no faith in zero faith in Jim Harbaugh.
Harbaugh got a stick this year.
I don't got no faith.
He got him a stick.
He got him one.
Michigan, this is probably the best team that he's had.
Oh yes.
I still have zero faith in him finishing.
That's messed up, man.
I just don't have no faith in him, man.
He can get by Cincinnati.
I don't know.
But no, he can get
no.
He can get by Georgia.
I'm gonna give them. We ain't picking, but I'm gonna give them the edge against Georgia because they have a better quarterback. Neither one of their quarterbacks gonna win the game for them, but McNamara is better than Stetson Bennett. Okay. So I'll give, and okay. I think because they have a better offense than Georgia's,
they definitely have a better run game.
Yeah, they'll be able to score points.
They have a defense that can complement.
They should be able to score points where Georgia may struggle.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because Georgia has a pass rush. I mean, Michigan has a pass rush. Right. They got great linebackers. So Stetson ain't gonna do it against them. He's not.
But did that Alabama game kind of expose Georgia's defense.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm giving Michigan the edge because they were exposed.
Or was it just Alabama's athletes?
I think Alabama
I think
number one is a jet.
Yeah, he's real. he's real now.
And I was like, how Ohio State let him leave?
I mean, think about, but Ohio State got 3 of the first round stuff.
And they had like another freshman come in this year. Like
they got Marvin Harrison's son on the bench,
and he goes to Alabama, wide receiver. Now
it's not fair.
I don't know if Mechie's gonna be.
Mechie's his ACL. He tore his ACL.
Oh,
so he's
ACL's torn.
He's done. He's done.
Okay.
So here's my evaluation of Georgia's defense. Okay. Obviously, Bryce Young picked him apart.
Yes,
400 plus yards. They still didn't run the ball all that well.
No.
If I'm not mistaken, Ford only had like 55 yards rushing on like 16 carries. So that will give them a chance against Michigan if they can slow Michigan's run game down and force McNamara, which that's what I would do. I'm forcing McNamara to beat us. If he beats us, I'll take it and move on. But that's what's going to give Georgia a chance is that they should be able to stop the run. But I don't know if they can score. That's the problem.
Yeah, Michigan's defense is pretty good.
Right.
They got a pretty good defense. That the defensive end, what's his name?
Hutchinson.
Yeah, Hutchinson.
Who they trying to force into the Heisman conversation?
Oh yeah.
Knock it off.
Like, come on, man.
Knock it off.
But their defense is they have a good enough defense to slow and even contain Georgia. So I think the one game that could possibly be 17-13 type game or 21-17 type game is going to be that.
It'll be that one.
See how kind of coach with Kirby is. You got your first loss.
Right.
How you going to adjust? I know one thing when Alabama was running tempo, Big Ball 99
exhausted.
Exhausted. He wasn't even coming off the ball.
No, he was just standing up.
They were single blocking it.
He was just standing up and he was just doing this with the cat because he ain't have
like
enough.
Boy in Wildcats. Don't mind me.
Yeah.
I'm not with him.
That's exactly how he was looking too. Don't mind me.
When y'all watched that Alabama Georgia game, did it look like old school Miami Florida State? Athlete on athlete. I mean, you had the two superior teams with athletes everywhere.
It did. It would have been if Georgia had more athletes on offense.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But defense, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm athlete when you watched Miami Florida State when you knew you was watching the NFL.
I was surprised at how good Alabama looked. Why I don't know because I've never really crowned Saban as the greatest ever.
You got to.
That man's the greatest ever, dog. He's the greatest to ever do it, dog.
I've been saying.
He got the boys, man.
Like I had to tell my wife, who I'm proud of her football acumen. She's come a long way, and she was like, "How they beating Georgia so bad?" I said, "Man, they got Nick Saban, dog." I said,
boys.
I said, Nick Saban has known for weeks that he was going to play Georgia. He's known it for weeks, and he's been preparing for them for weeks.
Yes,
and he had them looking like a JV team in the first half.
I think they were overlooking them in the Auburn game.
Yeah. They was ready for it already. That's why they laid the egg against Auburn.
Right. And Auburn.
Think about it. He was sacked. Bryce Young was sacked 7 times against Auburn. Georgia didn't touch him.
Auburn gave up.
Auburn choked.
They choked.
They did. But that damn Nick Saban, bro. Like, God. I felt bad rooting for him. I'm like, man, but this motherfucker is the truth.
I wanted. I have to say, I wanted Alabama to win because I want to see Alabama Georgia again.
I said that at first until the game happened. I was still happy Alabama. I was still good. Alabama winning, but I was like, damn, I want to see them beat Georgia's ass again. Because I don't another coach I got no faith in is Kirby. I love Kirby. I've seen videos of Kirby in the locker room. He's gonna beat the shit out of him again. I love Kirby as a motivator, as a defensive coach. I love him to death. He can't win the big game.
He can't get over Nick Saban.
No. Can't do it.
He can't get over Nick Saban.
I'm still shocked Jimbo pulled it off. But yeah, he can't do it.
And that was one of them flash in the pans because if you run that back, Saban will whip him again too. You know.
Not too many times you gonna get Nick Saban.
No. He got too many athletes.
Unlike Tom Brady, for some, I have no problem. Nick Saban is the greatest college coach I've ever seen in my life.
He's the truth. He's the truth.
And they have
can't
a quarterback.
And we've seen some great college coaches.
Yes.
We have
in our lifetime.
Yes.
I met who I thought was the greatest ever, was Bobby Bowden. I love you, Bobby. But Nick is that dude.
If Nick win this, it'd be 9, right?
Yeah.
Oh
something
my
like
God.
one of those. Like how you go
7,
like
8,
2000?
9. I don't even know anymore.
He got to win 2009.
I think so.
2009.
And they've been 15 times to the SEC championship game.
Like outside them first 2 years,
15 times
and
they've
been.
No
stopping. There's no signs of slowing down.
After Julio left, they took off. Julio was that recruiting class with Julio Jones. That was Nick Saban's foundation, and ever since then,
no looking back.
So Bryce, can we just package up the Heisman and give it?
He won the Heisman
at halftime.
No, he
won it at Auburn. Yeah. He won it at Auburn.
Yeah, he won.
So
it
there's no point even having
just mailing the trophy.
Just sitting.
I don't even know why they inviting them 3 other dudes.
They might not. They might as well.
A nice dinner. And
speaking of who else y'all think is going to be there?
Well, it was announced today. C.J. Stroud, Hutchinson.
Hutchinson gonna be the
boy from Pitt.
Pitt. Yeah.
Speaking of your boy from Pitt, did y'all see that?
Seen that jank ass movie? Did
for one, the shit worked.
It worked.
I got.
They should have
body control.
They should have threw a flag. It should have been down right there where he pulled that bullshit. Because
there will be a rule change.
It will be. Mark it down. There will be a rule change this offseason because
even if you look like you're going to go down.
Yeah, because defensive. If he would have laid into him, if he would have went into the slide and dude laid into him, there's 15-yard penalty.
I watched it again today. They would talk about it on PTI today, and I watched it. They showed it again today. There was 3 defenders in position to make the play. 2 of them let up when he went down, when he pulled that fake shit.
That dead leg.
Yeah. And then the third one, he had a receiver in front of him to take him out of the play. So yeah, I mean,
hell of a move.
It was a hell of a move. I would have knocked his head off after the play and got a penalty,
right?
Because it should have been down right where he went to do this shit. It should have been down right there.
The defenders now have it's just crazy the way they're making these calls.
I couldn't play today.
You can't play. I mean, how can you tell a guy to let up?
And we're not saying going there and lead with your head, because you have to, once you get more information, you know more, you learn more, you have to adjust. So yeah, don't stop dropping your head. And I mean, think about it. Even when we were playing ball, you can't tackle what you can't see, which means what? If you can't see nothing, I mean, you got your head down.
I did it anyway.
I know. We know. Yeah. You was worried about getting them marks.
Yeah, man, get squat that helmet up.
Keep your head up. So that's been preached. Now that it's enforced and it's a rule and there's penalties for it, you have to make sure that it's some kind of even playing field. So when he did that little dead leg, I was like, okay, that's a nice move. Next year they're gonna ban that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't happen again.
It's unfair. I mean, and then the roughing the passer thing is like, it's ridiculous.
Well, that's why I say that the game is at the point where offenses are using rules to their advantage to score. Like passing interference is out of control. They just tell the receiver, run down there, I'm gonna throw it in the area, and you just
all you gotta do is
that's it.
You get a flag.
Yeah, and then you add, you can't hit nobody. Can't hit nobody. You definitely can't hit a quarterback. And then he pulls that bullshit. I was furious as a former defender. I was mad. I'm like, how do you expect what as a defender? What do you do? There's nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do. Nothing you could do.
And it's sad that that's the only play you kind of remember from that game.
Yeah.
Nobody watched the ACC championship.
No, I mean, come on. Any Wake Forest fans out there, I'm sorry, but Wake Forest, Atlanta, we need to be ashamed of ourselves that we let Wake Forest represent.
But they showed you how much everybody else gives a damn about that game because it was on the same time Georgia's Alabama.
Right.
So they knew nobody was going to watch it.
They should have put that at midnight.
Alabama and Georgia should have been a night game.
Should have been Friday.
Yeah. They should have played ACC championship on Friday, Thursday, maybe.
Exactly. Yeah, it should have been with the Pac.
Before the Pac-12 game.
Yeah.
So speaking of the Pac-12 game, Utah beat Oregon again, like they stole something, and folks is excited about Cristobal going to Miami now. when you couldn't even beat Utah.
You know what? When I was watching that game, I knew Cristobal was going to take the job.
I knew it too.
He mailed that in.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that they was getting their ass whooped again, I was like, yeah, he's going to leave. Why stay? Because for one, to me, it didn't look like he's been outside of Thibodeau, which I think Thibodeau went there because it was Oregon.
Yes.
He ain't been burning up no recruiting trails.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So
you go to Oregon to get the Nikes.
Right.
You see the phone posits they want.
Right. so I wasn't shocked that he left. Just because I don't think he was like I said, he wasn't burning up recruiting in Oregon with all the resources he has. He wasn't. He just wasn't doing it.
Your boy back at USC now, he gonna
it's
command
over.
the West Coast.
It's over.
All kids out of Cali,
every offensive player, skill player is gonna want to go to USC.
Yes.
And the schools made that commitment to put football forward.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was time for him to go because the Pac-12 is changing. Obviously, with Lincoln Riley going there,
right.
And I ain't talking about the Chip Kelly might be number one on their list to replace him. Which I
serious?
Yeah.
At
Oregon.
Mm-hmm. Oregon,
because he had a
what I read, he'll be going back.
Yes,
right,
that's right.
Because he had a good working relationship with the CEO of Nike.
Well,
yeah, so it wouldn't shock me if he did, but like I said, the Pac-12 is going to change. Because I guess we can jump into this coaching carousel.
Manny Diaz was fired.
They did Manny dirty, man.
That was dirty.
That was wrong. As much as I hate the Canes, that was dirty.
They knew they weren't gonna let him stay.
But look,
fire the man at the end of the season,
and the man was recruiting yesterday. Like he was at recruits' houses yesterday.
How you get fired after leaving somebody's house? Like, hey, son,
not just leaving somebody's house, promoting the university that they just fired you.
He got you on camera stealing boxes and shit.
He got fired on ESPN. Like,
y'all saw the statement he released?
Yeah, what did he say?
He's released statements basically saying he didn't appreciate how the shit went down. Pretty much.
He worked hard
and not just for him, but for his staff who gave their all to the university.
Gave thanks to the players who stuck with him and helped kind of build or rebuild a culture, whatever. So he'll get picked up somewhere.
If you're Mike Norvell, do you hire Manny Diaz?
Absolutely not.
Defensive coordinator?
Absolutely not. No. Fuck Manny.
Just like coach.
I wouldn't.
Defensive assistant? Yes. Because he's a Florida State alumni.
I don't care. Really he switched out on us.
You can't. I mean, okay, so you got a Miami alumni who's now being rumored to be the new linebacker coach of Florida State.
Who?
Randy
Shannon. They're talking about getting rid of Chris Moore because he's not bringing in recruits.
That's all right. I'll take Randy though.
I mean, Randy's cool, but I don't know. Manny Diaz, I think he's proven as a coordinator.
He's a good coordinator. I'll give him that. I just don't want him.
I mean, he could go. Think about him going to Oklahoma with Brett Venables.
That would to me
might bump heads though.
Yeah, because Venables is going to call the defense.
I wonder who he's going to bring in as offensive coordinator.
They said, from what I saw, reports are that he's looking at Ole Miss's offensive coordinator, which he don't call plays either.
That's Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin calls those plays, so I don't know how well that's going to work out. I don't, especially once I get to the SEC, I don't see Venables being there that long. I just don't see it working out. I feel like they should have got somebody more offensive minded. I get he has history there. He was there when Stoops was there, but I just don't see that being successful. Lincoln Riley is going to kill it at USC.
Venables, which speaks to why did he leave Clemson? Is Clemson
ship sinking?
Like I'm saying,
I think it's the
ship sinking. Yeah,
it's their time to come down, and it was starting this year. Kids done hit the transfer portal. It's just their time. It was like our time when we went down.
And don't be shocked if the NFL comes looking at Dabo at the end of the NFL season.
And if they do,
don't be shocked.
Well, let's see who's gonna get fired this year.
They showed. I saw a video of him yesterday in Las Vegas visiting with the Raiders. With the Raiders,
if he go over there,
he's
gonna fail
miserably.
He's gonna fail
miserably.
I mean, for Dabo, it's a perfect time to
dip.
Not dip, but it's a perfect time to kind of refocus, rebrand, get new blood, new coordinators in.
Gonna have to
reinvent your program. Not reinvent totally. I mean, you still have a culture and a way that you do things, and you're still successful. I mean, they won 10 games,
right?
So it's not like they stinking up the joint. You just have to figure out, okay, how can I maneuver this team now so we can stay on top and get back on top? Because like you said, that Pitt and Wake Forest, that shit should never happen.
Awful.
Yeah, it was
It
embarrassing.
should never happen in the ACC.
Awful.
But I'm not taking anything away from those teams. They both had great seasons. They did have great seasons.
Wake Forest got an offensive stick.
Yeah, they do. And that was with losing your boy Walker that went to Michigan State. Imagine if they had him still.
Now, I watched Pitt. The only time I watched Pitt this year, Miami destroyed them. Was that quarterback that good?
No. He's decent.
Outside of that Miami game, he was pretty good.
He's decent.
All right.
I don't.
He ran their offense.
Yeah. Is he? Would I have made him a Heisman candidate? No. But he was decent.
Okay.
I mean, I think Mel Kiper got him as his number one quarterback off the board, but I don't.
Really?
Put him with Georgia. Put him on that Georgia team.
Then okay.
The national champions.
Yeah.
Who is the quarterbacks coming out besides him?
Him.
Spencer Rattler may come out.
No, he's gonna transfer.
He's
Florida State went to talk to him.
We talking to us.
Mike and the boys went to holler at him last week.
I don't want him.
I don't want him.
I'll take him. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, we'll take him if he'll come, but it has to be the right mindset.
The kid, he's like, I know from watching him on QB1, and but we said that he has a terrible attitude. Kid can throw the ball, man.
I mean, Malik Henry could throw the ball too, and we see how that turned out.
Well, Malik's attitude was good. Malik could have won 10 games for us, I think.
Tragedy.
Remember how good Malik was when we went to the spring game?
Yeah, he was.
Malik could have won 10 games for us if he could kept his shit together.
I mean, let's really think about this. Who are the quarterbacks coming out this year?
I don't even know. Because there ain't nobody that jumps off.
From Pitt and the kid from Ole Miss.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about Carroll.
Ritter from Cincinnati.
Yeah. I think Ritter is like
they already project him as a third or fourth round.
Yeah, I think he was like the 5th ranked quarterback coming out. I think. When there's a kid from like Nevada, somewhere over there that they're high on, there's always a white boy that they was like, oh, this guy could be the next John Elway.
Yeah.
So,
Brown from Oregon looked horrible.
Yeah, he looked bad, man. That's probably another reason why Mario dipped. But they said he had like a 4-star quarterback coming that he's now decommitted because Mario leaving. Which
go to USC.
But do you go to? But really, did you go? Did you commit to Oregon for him?
No, you commit to Oregon for them uniforms and them shoes, and the access to get to Jordan.
Because they're supposed to. I
would send my son there just for that.
Because I think they're building them a new football only facility as well. Another one, yeah.
Oregon,
yeah.
Jesus. It's gonna be a.
I don't know. I saw the renderings of it, and it looks like I don't see how you leave that for Miami.
So let's go through this coaching carousel, and y'all tell me if these are good hires or not. So we'll start off from Miami. Mario Cristobal, good hire.
I think it's good hire.
It's better than what they had.
I mean, Miami, they claim that they're gonna be back now because he's from Miami guy,
and the billionaires are giving all this money, and the school's finally gonna let the football team
with a 50-yard or inside facility.
All right, I'll say Cristobal.
I mean, I think if I'm not mistaken, his head coaching record is like 62-60.
So let's keep it simple. Yeah, nay on Cristobal.
I think it's good.
It's better than what they had.
Okay. Venables at Oklahoma. Yeah, nay.
I don't.
I'm on the fence. We'll see.
Okay.
You got to score in the Big 12.
Okay. Lincoln Riley, USC.
Home run.
Okay.
Good for him too.
Home run.
Even though he can't never go back to Norman, they're gonna kill him.
They will.
Yeah, but who wants to go back to Norman? Who wants to leave LA to go back to Norman? That's a home run.
Brian Kelly, LSU.
I don't know about that.
I feel like here's what I think
the
about
winningest coach in Notre Dame history.
We still didn't win the national championship.
I mean, what look at the restrictions Notre Dame had as far as recruiting. Like the players he can get at LSU.
Yeah, that's
he couldn't get them in at Notre Dame.
He's gonna recruit like crazy. Still gotta get past Nick.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got to outlast Nick Saban.
Okay.
I don't. He may be able to sneak up and win one like Coach O did. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The stars align for us to win one this year, but I'm not gonna sleep on Lane Kiffin as much people. Dak calls him the fuckboy of college football, and he's right.
He's right.
But I'm not sleeping on him because they were a mediocre team before he got there. They were 10-2 this year.
Yeah.
So
he gonna have the toughest road of anybody.
LSU.
Yes, he'll have the toughest road of anybody.
I don't think so.
They got to win now. Attitude though.
I mean, all
they set up to win now.
But they set up to win now, and all them boys in Louisiana want to stay and go to Louisiana. They don't really.
Yeah, they want to stay home.
Right.
They don't really. Yeah. Okay, so not Chip. Brian Kelly, you up, you down?
No, I'm up.
You up?
I'm up. I think it's a good hire. I think he's not. It's not like a Lincoln Riley where Lincoln Riley's not. I think Lincoln Riley's gonna own the Pac-12.
Okay.
I don't think Brian Kelly. You can't when Saban's there. So.
Billy Napier at Florida.
I don't even know.
I don't even know who the dude is.
I don't know that dude. When I saw him getting out the van,
but I'm glad they got him.
When I saw him getting out the van,
so he coached under Saban.
Yeah, he was a receivers coach.
He was a receiver coach under Saban. I think he coached under a couple of other.
He was at Louisiana, right?
Yeah. Raging Cajun.
11-1. I think he had 2 winning seasons. Like 11. This was his best year this year, and last year they won like 10, 11 games. So in a 2-year period, he's won 20-some games, right?
So did Mike Norvell.
I say this. I think for
Napier, 3 years.
For Napier, it's yet to be seen what he can really do as a head coach.
If he can recruit,
that's gonna be tough.
If he can bring in recruits,
that's gonna be the tough part.
He'll be all right.
That's gonna be tough part because right now, I feel like obviously now, with Mike being the most tenured coach in the state, I think Mike has a heads up.
That's why he's slap on the trail.
Mike has a heads up on both Mario and Napier because he's already established relationships in the state. So the recruiting is already going to be tough for both of them because those 3 teams are always going to be competing with each other. And then Saban still comes down and steals.
Right.
Georgia comes down and steals from us. Hell, Jimbo's been coming down here to steal from us. So I don't think it's going to be much different than what it was with Mullen as far as recruiting is concerned. He's probably going to be out on the trail a lot more than what Mullen was, but as far as his head coaching ability, I think the jury's still out.
Okay. Your boy in Notre Dame.
I think it's good for them.
I think they're going to be straight because he's retaining his offensive coordinator.
Reese.
What's crazy is that he's 35. Reese is 29. Right. Like them cats can be there forever if they're successful. They can be there forever.
If they're successful, Reese will be the next.
If Freeman moves on, Reese will be the next head coach to be looking for.
I don't think Freeman's moving on.
No.
Will they do him like they did Ty though? He on a short leash.
I think they might give him a little more rope because he's younger. But I think that's a good hire. I don't see Notre Dame changing much. I don't see them. I'm not gonna say they're gonna take the next step because of him, but I think that he has the right mentality, and hopefully they can.
Okay.
But I think it's a good hire.
I want to say that's it. I know some other smaller programs, hires and stuff like that. So let's talk about a couple coaches who had good years. Mel Tucker, Uncle Mel,
somebody's daddy.
So he did sign the extension, right?
Yes.
He got the money.
He got the
$5 million.
So is he gonna continue? I think he's gonna fall off.
He got a long road ahead of him because Harbaugh can recruit, and by them winning, they gonna get better.
Okay.
I think Mel is going.
Ohio State, always gonna be.
Yeah.
Ohio State.
I think Mel will do good recruiting wise because I feel like he's just a few interviews I've watched. I feel like he's good in the living room.
Yeah.
I'll give them 9-10 wins a season, and then it'll be a toss up between if Ohio State is down or if Michigan is down, then they can probably emerge one year. I'll give them 9-10 wins a season. But I have another possibility I'm gonna throw out there of that conference changing. If the Bears fire Nagy, look for them to look at Day to replace him from Ohio State. If he leaves to go to the NFL, shake up once again. Ohio State's gonna be wide. Ohio State's job gonna be open, and everybody gonna lose their shit again. But I would look out. But we don't look out for that. I don't see the Bears keeping Nagy after this year. He's gonna be gone. So if he's gone, I feel like they're gonna look to him first. Come in. Can you replicate what you did with Justin Fields at Ohio State in the NFL?
We'll see. I think the jury's still out on some of them college coaches.
Oh yeah.
So,
and as long as Nick is coaching, I mean, everybody else is just playing for second place. Even if Alabama doesn't win,
Nick Saban just has to say, "Look, do you want to win, or do you want to?
Do you want to win and go to the NFL?
To the NFL. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you for your time, ma'am, sir.
Dinner was great.
Nice meeting you.
Y'all take it easy.
I'm going to plane to another kid's house.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. I'm not going to take up much of your time. My track record speaks for myself.
Pretty much. Yeah, you're right.
How can you say no?
You can't.
Walk in the room and be like, hey, man, look, we going to keep it short.
I ain't finna bullshit, y'all.
Which one do you coming or not?
Because if you ain't coming, somebody else is.
Yeah.
Right. You cut. That's my wife. You cutting or you crying?
Yeah, right, yeah.
You gonna barbecue a meal.
You get there, I'm saying you probably 8th string.
You gonna have to put in some work.
You know,
I don't need you. You need me. Nick can say that type of shit.
Right.
I don't need you. You need me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just here out of a courtesy.
I'm here because they told me I got to come here.
Right. I got 3 other boys right now I go back and talk to, and we can make sure they already in the program.
Right.
I got some cats that I had in the cage. Majority even seen yet. I just can't keep losing all these boys. You look around the NFL, you see all these boys from Alabama, and then they still.
Why is it only like 1 or 2 of them hitting the portal every year though?
Because Cincinnati's running back from Alabama. Ford, he ate up Houston the other day. He left Alabama and went to Cincinnati, and he's still gonna get drafted just because I transferred from Alabama.
Yeah.
So that brings into, I know we kind of beating a dead horse with with football, college football. So now it's pretty clear Luke Fickell is staying in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Unless a pro job comes, does he want to go to the pro? But I think right now with them moving to the Big 12, it's looking like he's gonna stay put.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't think this carousel is over. I feel like
what else is gonna come open?
Wait till the NFL season's over with and somebody they get fired.
That's what I'm saying. The NFL, outside of him possibly going to the NFL.
That's what I'm saying. If once we always got to have what they call it, Deadly Monday, Black Monday. Black Monday is gonna happen. When Black Monday happens, they're gonna look to some of those college coaches, and this carousel gonna be right back where it was again.
Look at you segueing in for slow mo.
Mm-hmm. Let's get to the NFL conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Word up.
But I feel like there's a possibility for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? It'll start with Ryan Day, and it'll go from there.
All right, NFL. We got the playoff pictures coming in. Well, coming into sight. They're not accurate yet, but we all know as far as top heavy who's probably gonna be there.
Top
what about
heavy,
the AFC though?
In the NFC,
yeah.
AFC is
the
up.
division leaders are pretty clear.
I feel like AFC is up in the air. We don't know who's gonna win it.
I think the only team that was officially eliminated was
the Texans.
I mean, and then too with the way the Chiefs have been playing these last 4 games.
Yeah,
defensively, they just need the offense.
I think if they offense to figure it out, then they
because I got Patrick Mahomes in fantasy, and he's killing me. Yeah, with these 15-point games.
Well, they said I think on that 5-game winning streak, his QBR is something like 48.
Yeah.
So no, it ain't been because of him.
No.
Yeah. So outside of that, even when looking at the games for when we pick, I'm looking. I'm like, man, these AFC games are
coin toss
up in the air.
Bills, Ravens, Chiefs.
Would you have picked the Chargers to beat the shit out of Cincinnati yesterday?
No,
not at home.
No.
Not the way the Chargers been playing.
I wouldn't have picked the Steelers over the Ravens.
No.
You know, it's
which was dumb. Like Harbaugh went for it.
But you know what though?
The play was there.
The play was there. Because if you look at it again, like even one of the defenders, when the tight end gets out there, even one of the defenders was like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
But he dropped it. You know what I'm saying? The play was there.
It was kind of a bad
play was there. And I watched Harbaugh's explanation for it. He was like, "Look, they had already lost
right.
Marlon Humphrey. He's gone for the season." He was like, they had another corner that was down. He was like, I couldn't risk going into overtime with both of my corners down.
Right.
Like I had to go for the win. I don't blame him.
This is the part of the NFL when you get those injuries at this point in the season, and you looking on the street to fill in guys at key positions.
Yeah.
On the key old linemen, defensive backs.
You think about how many players Baltimore has lost this season, and the fact that they still even in the conversation.
Their trainer has to be fired this year. Hey, get that trainer, get the trainer, the team doctor, get rid of all them.
To me, that just goes to show you how valuable Lamar is to them. The fact that they've lost with their top 2 running backs. Mm-hmm. They lost receivers. They lost defensive stars now, and they still in the conversation. That tell you how valuable. Even though Lamar has been stinking up last 2-3 weeks, it just goes to show you how valuable he is.
Division they all in a log jam,
right?
Yeah,
and nobody really expected Cincinnati to play as decent as they've been playing.
No,
so that really kind of makes the division a talk.
They're playing well. The Browns are being the Browns.
Right.
Ben Roethlisberger's still stealing money.
Right. Now you talking about he thinks this is his last year. You think?
Nigga, it needs to be.
Actually, it needs to be. Should have been 2 seasons.
It needs to be it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the toughest divisions to call in all of football.
So let's go through then. I guess so. The AFC East, which is clear, the Patriots.
If the Patriots beat Buffalo tonight, folks might want to hang it up.
Yeah.
Buffalo's not like the same as last year. They winning games, but I can see the Patriots beating them tonight.
I can too. In Buffalo.
Okay.
I can see it happening.
AFC Central, we already did that. AFC West.
Chiefs, that's a
Chiefs and Chargers.
Chiefs and Chargers.
I don't know, man. Other than yesterday, the Broncos, they still in that conversation too. Shout out to Teddy Bridgewater, dog. Teddy B H2O, as he likes to be called. Dog, Teddy went from blowing his knee, he tore every ligament possible in his knee, to coming back from that, being a great backup to Drew Brees, coming in doing his job. Came in, played well for Carolina. Yeah. He's playing his ass off for Denver. Shout out to Teddy Bridgewater, dog. Because, they look for any reason to get us up out of there, especially playing quarterback. Get us up out of there, especially playing quarterback. They look for any reason to get us up out of there, and Teddy's still holding the job.
As long as Teddy want to play, Teddy will always have a job as at least a number 2 quarterback.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think a big part of that is because of the time he spent with Sean Payton.
Yeah. Speaking of Sean Payton and number 2 quarterbacks, did y'all see that mess on Thursday?
I didn't even watch it.
It's not a quarterback. It is said and done.
I wasn't gonna watch that shit. So when they said Taysom was starting, I'm like, I ain't watching it.
He was so bad.
I don't want to see that shit, man.
He was, and they want to commend him because he came back.
There's people still online arguing about how he should be like a top tier quarterback, and I just don't get it.
I don't. They must.
You damn near 30.
It ain't clicked yet, bro.
Right.
You probably not going to.
He is what he is. You come in, you run a little quarterback option, catch a little pass. That's what you are. They were better off playing Simeon against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
The Cowboys was trying to give them the game.
Yeah.
The Cowboys look, we don't really want to win this game. But if
y'all don't want to either, I guess we will.
Taysom Hill was like, no, I want you to win this game. Here's the ball.
It goes to show how much they miss Jameis. How much Jameis meant to that team.
And then they extend this dude.
Yeah, gave him more money.
For what?
Sean Payton's and that's his man. That's his
Sean Payton wants you all to believe that he can turn any quarterback into a decent one.
Sean Payton is not Sean Payton. Taysom Hill is Sean Payton's James Blackman.
Don't do James Blackman like that, man.
JB.
Don't do Slim like that, dog.
Slim, hey man, you did. I appreciate for what you did.
I love Slim.
Arkansas State, man.
He been doing decent there too.
Okay.
Don't hate Slim.
That
like
was Jimbo's project.
Yeah.
Like Jimbo saw him at the camp, and was like, "I'm gonna offer you. Come on."
Slim did a good job his freshman year.
He should have never been thrust in there. He should have never been thrust in that situation. He could have been a decent quarterback.
He got worse and worse.
Right.
I don't know if he was bad at Drew Weatherford, but he got worse at the time with And then, you know how you say, well, black men used to look when he used to throw them interceptions.
Bro,
He'd be so sad, poor fella.
Man,
we're getting off topic.
So anyway, the NFC East, we got my boys making a surgence.
Yeah, I mean,
y'all ain't even got no name, dog.
I mean,
hey, that's the football team.
Minshew came in and lit it up yesterday.
I think
Minshew is the new Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's good for 2 or 3 games, and he's gonna stink it the hell up.
But you know, it's an issue with, and I knew this in the offseason. The ownership does not want Jalen Hurts. The coach
wants him, though.
Wants him. Because when they still was going after Deshaun Watson, you know, their name kept coming up, Eagles. They when you got a quarterback that you're not fully behind, it's a disaster.
Yeah.
It's a disaster.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts said he could play yesterday. Wow. They said no. It's telling you something.
Yeah. They don't want him, but somebody will take him.
Yeah.
If they don't keep him.
It ain't gonna cost him much because he ain't making a bunch of money.
No.
He's what? Second, third round pick.
But I still think, I mean, everybody was kind of high on the Cowboys earlier in the last couple of weeks.
Crumbling.
They're falling apart. What is going on? Like, they have all the talent in the world. What are they doing with it?
I think that defense is still kind of young.
It is, but you think you got Diggs leading the league in interceptions. You got Parsons probably gonna win defensive rookie of the year.
I have to apologize to him. I thought he was gonna be a bust.
No, man, that kid can play.
I thought he was just undersized to be a stand-up rush in, but I like the way they're doing.
The way they playing him,
yeah. Dude's baller.
Yeah, he's gonna be playing for a long time. I don't understand the Cowboys. I don't know if it's Jerry Jones still meddling too much or what, but they have all the talent in the world. It's set up for them to win it, and they blowing it.
Other than the offensive lineman, the team is still young, and they haven't really learned how to win. Like you look at the more established teams, like the Bucs and the Packers. Like you've been there, you've done that, you know what to do, right?
Right.
They haven't had that yet. Dak hasn't even had that yet. Mm-hmm. So, I think that's part of the growing pains for them that they're going to have to go through.
What y'all think about Arizona?
I was going to say, are they for real? I still haven't seen them.
We'll see this week.
I still haven't seen them play.
They have the Rams.
I haven't watched them. They beat them earlier this season.
If the Rams play like they did yesterday, then yeah. But if the Rams play like they played against Green Bay and
the last few weeks,
I mean, to me, the NFC.
Are they?
We got Arizona. We got the Bucs obviously up there. The Packers up there, which I think the Packers may have the easiest road.
They'll run away because Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins, and
they'll run away with their division.
Yeah,
but the problem they're gonna run into is if Arizona is the number 1 seed and they got home field advantage, and folks got to go there to play them,
or if the Bucs are the number 2, let's say the Bucs get the number 2 seed or have a higher seed over them. And they got to come down to Tampa and play.
If Arizona gets home field advantage, then it's theirs to lose. If Green Bay gets home field advantage, it's theirs to lose. Mm-hmm. But if I had to pick one of those 3 teams to be able to pull it off on the road, it'd be between the Bucs and Green Bay, just because of their leadership. You know what I'm saying? Because they have 2 established quarterbacks that's been doing it for 20 years apiece. Damn near.
And Green Bay's playing defense.
They are. That little badass kid, boy, came back in yesterday, threw 2 more touchdowns, ran for 2 more. I don't know, man.
Seen. I just want to know, are they that good?
What I want to see is their defense. I want to see is their defense that good.
That's why I say this game you'll see a lot because you have them playing an established team like the Rams, who have some elder statesmen and some good players all on. It's a decent team. This would be a very good barometer for the Cardinals. If they come out and win this game, then you can say, yeah, you
can say they're the team to beat.
They're for real.
I still couldn't say they're the team to beat because Green Bay, like I said, Green Bay's playing lights out.
You can say the division is theirs.
Because Aaron Rodgers hasn't been really doing much.
But he hasn't had to. The defense is playing Super Bowl type defense. Yeah. The Bucs, on the other hand, the defense has been struggling. Bucs been giving up too many points. I feel like that 31 points to Indianapolis was bad. Like that was bad.
They probably should have lost that game.
Right. They should have. The problem. I mean, I'm still not the type of person that want as much as critical I am of Tom Brady. I'm still not going to bet against him. But he's gonna have to can he sustain throwing the ball 50 times a game for the rest of the season?
Well, everybody's going playing what the Saints play on them. They playing the cover 2 shell. If they're not getting the deep, he's going to have to dink and dunk to win the game.
But they're able to do that because they have pass rush.
Right.
If you don't have pass rush, you can't play that because he will just pick it apart.
Yeah, the key for the Bucks will be if Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones are able to run the ball when the Bucks want to run the ball, they're gonna be tough to beat. The defense for me, as a Bucks fan, but also as an objective Bucks fan, the defense is they're getting healthier because they're still not all the way there. Mm-hmm. Like you saw this last game, that pass rush is starting to tick up.
It's got to.
It's starting to tick up. If they have if they play the Bills and the pass rush is playing like they played yesterday.
But if their problem is going to be if that pass rush don't pick up and they got to depend on that back end to stop somebody from throwing the ball, that's where they'll be in trouble.
They got suspension. Carlton Davis just came back. They still banged up back there, but I think it's still for them. I think they're starting to kind of.
They lost another DB yesterday. Right?
You got one.
The one got suspended.
No,
the one that saved them from Indianapolis. Yeah. The one when Obuefen run that kickback yesterday.
I don't know. He might have got hurt. Oh, but he one of the ones where he get hurt going to the sideline and come back. He faking.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think the Bucks are, and not too many because everybody's worried about the Cardinals. Everybody's thinking about the Packers. The Bucks are still.
They're still right there.
They're right there, and I think this is where they need to be. Just bide your time, get everything together.
I was ready to throw the Rams over them after they beat them, but the Rams are trash.
Right.
They're not trash. Let me not say that. They just haven't been able to put it. They don't have chemistry yet to be able to put it together.
Right.
I just feel like if Bucks don't get fully healthy and they don't get a pass rush like they had last year, they're gonna have to outshoot everybody, which they obviously have the ability to do, but shit don't always work. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of outshooting, look at you segueing the whole time, man. Go ahead.
Hey, man. That's what I do.
Well, I tried to bring this story up last show, and y'all said, "Man, it ain't no story because the Buck said his car was good." The NFL say, "No, the hell it's not."
It still ain't no story to me because it's AB. Like AB had.
You want to commit federal fraud code?
Let me tell you what's crazy about the story to me, dog. They said AB owed his chef $10,000.
Why you don't pay the man?
He owed the chef $10,000, didn't pay him. So the chef snitched.
I got something for you.
I got something for your ass. Now he got suspended 3 games. He's gonna lose $330,000 in pay.
Almost $500,000
just for not giving that dude 10.
What's wrong with AB?
For one, almost $500,000.
For one, bro, you work for me. You don't know you're not gonna know all my personal business,
right?
Why does the chef know you got?
Why does the chef know you got a fake card?
Well, no, they came to him.
He can't. Why you going to your chef for a fake card?
So he must be shady.
So the chef ain't shit either.
If your chef ain't shit,
don't tell him nothing.
So why you think you gonna sniff the man? He gonna just take it. He probably got some other shit he got to take.
Let me tell you what the Bucks gonna do.
They gonna cut him?
No,
they gonna let AB come back. Because if let me tell you something, if AB come back and he ain't performing, they'll cut him. If AB come back and he's been the AB that he's been for them the last year and a half,
5 catches, 80 yards and a touchdown.
Let's run it until hopefully try to win another one.
We'll cut
you at the end of the season. Yeah. We'll cut you at the end of the season, but they're gonna keep him. But let him not be 100% because of his ankle.
Well, AB has a problem with this. He didn't pay somebody. It was somebody else he owed some money. What's wrong with the dude?
That's why I say it ain't no story because it's AB. Like if it was somebody else, I'd be like, oh man, I'm shocked and appalled.
You moved the man. The man was living with you, cooking you meals. Okay, if you didn't enjoy the meals, that's something else. But you just going like, no, I ain't getting you shit. Like, what?
Get out.
I moved from South Florida to Tampa to cook you and your chick meals and shit. And you was like, yeah, I ain't paying your ass.
Get out.
Get out.
Don't tell nobody about that vaccine card neither, nigga.
Oh, I forgot about that shit.
Yeah. That's just up to me. It's AB being AB. It is what it is. To me, the biggest story of that was, and I get it's different circumstances, AB and them cats got 3 games off the rip.
Yeah.
A-Rod got nothing.
Aaron Rodgers ain't get nothing. He's still doing.
Well, I think Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers never said he had a card.
No, he misled.
He misled the media.
He misled the media. The organization knew.
The NFL knew what time it was
because he was still winning. He had to follow the different set of protocols for everybody.
But the bullshit is though is that the NFL knew, the team knew. He was still running around reckless as hell, no mask and doing all kind of crazy shit. No, he got a little measly little $14,000 fine, which that's like asking me for $2.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So that fine wasn't nothing. But you niggas that had them fake cards, everybody out. Even old boy, even John Franklin III, former Florida State Seminole.
Why is that dude still around?
Because he runs a 4.3.
He's fast.
He can run. That's why.
But he's gonna be on somebody's practice squad.
Not after this, he won't. Right. But he didn't. His career is hanging on by a thread because he's a free agent. But now he's done. Yeah, because of this dumb shit. They don't. At this point, they don't care how fast you can run. Jit, you're out of here. But yeah, they ain't waste no time spending.
I'm not even. Aaron Rodgers said what he said. It's a double standard, and that's what it is. So I don't even. Yeah. But you can't be dumb enough to commit fraud. Like he committed fraud. He submitted a fake vaccine. I think on the vaccination card, doesn't it say like something where it's a federal offense to falsify this card?
Yeah, it has a little disclaimer on there.
Like how dumb do you have to be to? It says it on the fucking card.
But what's even crazy is that they say that he's vaccinated. Like the Bucs came out and said that he's vaccinated.
So why would you even do? Because the thing is, you didn't have to be vaccinated.
No.
So why submit a fake card?
But they said he did get vaccinated.
The Bucs, I don't know if they came out and see this could have been this. Now we're gonna dive into Bucs conspiracy theories. Maybe since the Bucs was rushing to be the first ones to say they were fully vaccinated,
right?
And AB was like, I don't know yet if I'm gonna get it.
Well, I'm vaccinated.
Sure. I'm vaccinated. Here's a card. And now he's got the vaccine. Like, of course he has it now,
right?
Because he wants to.
He want to play.
He want to play. He want to redeem himself. He need to make up that almost $500,000 that he lost.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's vaccinated now. But it's the dumbest shit. If they giving him for free
on the house.
I'm pretty sure he's
Tom Brady's probably pissed off.
They probably come to the NFL facility
because Tom Brady is the one that got him signed.
Tom Brady's vouching for you.
He's the only reason why they signed him because BA didn't want him. Because BA said we had him when I was in Pittsburgh. He won't mesh well in this locker room. Tom vouched for him. Tom got him signed, and it was working out. On the field, it works out. Yeah. Because
healthy
AB is still one of the best receivers in this league. I don't care what nobody says.
Yes.
But yeah, if he comes back and he's not performing, he will be cut before the season ends. Otherwise, they'll use him to the end of the season, and they'll cut him in the offseason. And then will he get another job? Probably not.
Oh well.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Well, that's what the lick reads for week 23.
Cool.
All right, it's time for What You Own. This week, I decided, we're going to do albums, any album, any year. So let's get these classic albums. I think y'all still were kind of old school. I kind of went new. Somewhat. But let's get into it.
Yeah.
Slow, what you on this week, man?
Yeah, when you put that out there, I was like, man, most of my classic albums I went through in our other segments. But the one I kind of left out is my man Common, Like Water for Chocolate.
I wasn't shocked at all by your pick. This cat loves some damn Common, but
man, well, I applaud Common for this album because the album before this was Electric Circus, and I wanted my money back.
The one where he was in that red. He was going
through it.
He was pulling
the CeeLo.
Yeah,
like now Erica had left him and shit. Yeah. So
he had 2 or 3 songs on it, but the rest, oh my god, it was one of them.
I remember when that album came out, and you was so disappointed. It was so disappointed.
It was 2 times. Y'all remember Vinyl Fever, right?
Yeah.
2 times I went to Vinyl Fever where they were like, yo, we can't take this because we got too many. It was that one and Drag On's first album.
Wow, you bought that?
Drag On?
I bought Drag On because I was thought after the Rough Riders.
I got it. I'm with you.
Best Buy.
I got it.
On there, baby, and took it straight to vinyl.
Dragon was good. He just couldn't put no album together.
No. But
I had to drag on. Like Water for Chocolate, though.
Like Water for Chocolate, it introduced me to one of my favorite groups now, which is Slum Village. The song Thelonious was one of my favorite songs of all time. Of course, we had The Light doing it. I mean, it was just from A to B. It was one of Common's best works.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite Common albums.
Yeah,
that's what I'm on.
I'm not gonna let y'all talk about Me Too Tough because I've never listened to a Common album from start to finish. I'm not saying I'm not a Common fan. I am a Common fan, but I'm just not. Common's kind of like Nas to me. I respect their ability. I ain't listening to no whole album of that shit.
What?
That's just me.
But because now if Common was from Memphis, Tennessee,
if he was from Memphis, Atlanta, Florida,
yeah,
I give him a shot.
South Carolina,
yeah.
I give him
best album,
been top five,
one of the best rappers of all time.
I give him a shot. So is that a good segue to my pick now?
Yeah,
Go ahead, man. What you
Perfect
on this week?
segue.
What Southern rapper?
What Southern rapper you on this week?
Since my boy celebrated a birthday last week, I felt it was only right that I honor Chad Butler, aka Pimp C, and my pick is UGK Underground Kings. It was the first album after Pimp got out of jail. Pimp got out of prison. His first thing they did when he came home was to put together this UGK Underground Kings album, self-titled, essentially. Came out in 2007. I can go through the list of songs. It had, it was essentially a double album. It had like 28, 29 songs. But obviously the biggest song on the album is arguably the greatest song in hip hop history, and that's International Players.
Wow.
I said arguably.
The greatest song.
I said arguably.
Yeah.
The greatest song in hip hop history.
Arguably. It's one of the greatest songs ever put together. And I learned something new. I learned something new about that song recently. I watched the interview. I'm gonna tell this little quick story and I'm gonna kick it to you, B. Apparently, that song was sampled on, I believe, a Project Pat album, and it didn't really do a whole lot. So, Bun said that Pimp C apparently called 3-6 Mafia and was like, called Juicy and Paul was like, "Hey man, y'all need to put that song back out, man. It was that good." And they was like, "Oh well, the song's over. We tried. You know what I'm saying? It's over with. It wasn't that big of a song, or whatever." He was like, "But that song, that sample is the truth. I need to do it again." And they were like, "Nah." Like, okay, well, let me redo it. Let me do it again. What's funny is at the exact same time that was happening, they said that Big Boy had called and said, "Hey man, I really like that sample. Do you mind if I put some drums on it to kind of beef up a little bit?" They were like, "Sure, go ahead." At the same time that Big Boy was calling, they said Andre also called and said, "Hey man, I like that song. Can I get on it?" Andre said, "I'm gonna do the song, but I can't do it. I have to do it, with just the sample because for some reason I just can't catch that beat. I don't like it. That's why the beginning of the song is just the sample of Andre rapping over it." While all this is going on, nobody's communicating with each other as far as the song is concerned, but all these side conversations are happening. So when all that finally came out, Bun was like, Andre and Big Boy was on board to record the song, but Andre said, "I ain't doing no video. No matter what y'all do, I don't care. I'm not doing no video. I'm gonna do the song, but I'm not doing no video." So Bun was like, "Bump that." He said he called Jive and told Jive to go and hire Brian Barber, who was Outkast's video director at the time, and said, "Get Brian Barber. Will she be able to convince Andre to do the video if y'all get Brian Barber?" They got Brian Barber, convinced Andre to do the song. That's how it played out.
Wow.
The original song, though, didn't have Outkast on it. It had UGK and 3-6 Mafia on it, which this album has that cut.
Oh, really?
It has that cut on there. They couldn't release it because at the time they wanted to release the song was right after 3-6 Mafia had won their Oscars. So they was trying to renegotiate their deal with Jive at the time, and they was at a stalemate because they wanted more money. Jive didn't want to give them more money. So Jive was like, "Until all this is settled, we're not releasing no 3-6 Mafia music." So that's why the Outkast version with UGK had to come out because they would not release the 3-6 Mafia version. But this album has both versions on it.
And what do you rate the 3 6 Mafia version?
It was good. It's good. If you hadn't heard it before, get download this album, check out that version. It's still a good song with 3 6 Mafia on it.
But
I would have loved to
see
see
a classic like.
I would have loved to see all 6 of them on it. That would have been the truth. But no, it's not. It's not. Obviously, it's not the classic that you know with Outkast, because you think about Andre's verse, you think about Big Boy's verse bringing in the rear, like it's almost, I don't want to say hip hop perfection, but it's pretty close. So that's why another reason why I wanted to bring this album back to light, because like I said, it has. I know a lot of people have not heard that 3 6 Mafia version.
No, I didn't even know it existed tonight. You taught me something.
Check it out. It's just it's good, but like I said, that international plays out in the song that I think will last.
Yeah,
a lifetime. That song will never get old.
Speaking of 3 6 Mafia, y'all seen the verses?
I watched a little bit of it. I came in just in time for the fight.
You came just in time for the fight?
Or the fracas. It wasn't really a fight.
What happened? I don't even know.
Okay, so you tell the story, B.
So I watched it.
Right.
Wire to wire. It's one of the best verses outside of Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. That's the best verses ever. This is a clear-cut number 2.
Better than Method and Red?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you got to think like this is my high school 20s, early 30s. This is my.
I was never a big fan of either of them. So
right. This is a chunk of my life, and these are 2 groups that I grew into. Man,
they had a chokehold on a lot during that same era that you're talking about.
So, 3 6 came out first. Bone came out, and then like they start going back doing their songs. And apparently I can't remember which song it was. 3 6 was over there mocking allegedly mocking Busy.
Oh, Busy Bone actually showed up?
Yes,
he was there.
They were all there. Everybody was there.
Okay.
Everybody was there.
So they get through.
Even Crunchy Black was there.
Crunchy Black.
What?
Yes.
Crunchy was there. G walked and everything on the stage.
Gangsta
Boo was there.
So Busy comes up and says, "Hey man,
before we keep going,
y'all ugly motherfuckers ain't gonna keep mocking me while I'm on stage trying to perform." And they just like, "What?" And Juicy said,
all you hear is "suck my dick," and then play the music.
Somebody said, "Shut the fuck up,"
and Juicy said, "Suck my dick" on the mic.
Play the music, and then
Busy
threw a water bottle. He called Gangsta. We said some shit to Gangsta Boo, ugly motherfucker. He threw the bottle.
Because Gangsta Boo, you hear on the microphone, she went off as soon as he started. Busy Bone is a hater. He's a puss ass nigga. Like while the fracas is going on, I'm like, God damn.
Like Juicy J slides.
He throws the bottle. Juicy J walks up and throws a punch, misses. I don't think he really wanted to fight, but it was another nigga on 3 6 Mafia side who was like, fuck. He ran past everybody and just like and bum rushed.
Wow.
At this point, both sides collide in the middle of the stage. Versus cut to a commercial break.
Except we having technical difficulty.
We'll be right back.
I ain't even hear about that.
Yeah.
Man.
So how did it end?
They came back out. Busy came back out and apologized. He was like, I don't want to fuck this up, everybody.
They squashed it.
And they just kept doing it.
I'm going to say Lazy was like, is it Lazy? One of them. The other light-skinned dude from Bone.
Yeah, that's Lazy.
Lazy, yeah.
Lazy came out and was like, you know what, man? Hey, man, we come out for y'all. This is a performance. Like, he's trying to make sure the money's not getting fucked up.
Right.
So he's trying to calm and squash it down, and they kind of dap up him and Juicy J. And then later on, Busy came out, kind of apologized to everybody. But after they came back from the technical difficulties, they went on like ain't nothing happened.
Mm-hmm. They apologized and they made up and everything was good. I tell you what, boy, I'm like you. I wasn't the biggest like 3 6 or Bone fan. I appreciated both of their music.
Yeah, that's what
when Bone did that damn Notorious Thugs and Busy did his verse on that damn Notorious Thugs. Did you say what you want about Busy? He's crazy as hell.
He can flow.
He needs some help.
He's talented.
He's the most talented, in my opinion, of that group.
Look.
And that damn and that verse on that Notorious Thugs with Tupac, still hard. You don't know. I couldn't tell you shit what he was talking about, but it's hard.
Hands down, 361 on the strength of Stay Fly. They brought out Young Buck.
Oh,
8-Ball MJG.
What?
Yeah, it was over when that happened.
On
and I missed it because I went to sleep.
It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp. They brought out Terrence Howard.
I saw that clip.
He looked like
I got to go find that.
They brought out Lil Wayne.
Fly.
They brought out Lil Wayne.
Okay,
like
that. It would have been. It really would have brought it home for me if Bun B would have came out when they did Sipping on Scissor,
right?
And if they'd have had like Pimp on the screen or something,
I
probably went to bed. But I missed 8 Ball because I went to sleep, so I missed it.
I just pick up after the DJ battle. So that's the first 30 minutes they have a DJ battle. But after that, like if you
what they did Stay Fly towards the end though,
and like towards the end,
yeah.
I think that last song, and then they did Crossroads was the last song, and everybody was out on stage.
When 3-6 did that Popping My Collar, that was
the sorriest thing about it was they was in California and they weren't getting no
love.
The crowd was looking whack as hell.
They should have did that shit over.
They should have did that shit in Atlanta, Texas,
right,
Memphis, somewhere down south.
They could have did it in the Midwest and it would have killed.
Right, they could have did it in Cleveland, St. Louis,
somewhere.
Would have been because I ain't have to go to work. My old ass was up till 1 o'clock in the morning watching this shit.
I went to sleep on them niggas. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what everybody was complaining. I saw on social media said, "Damn, why you put the shit on so late at night?"
Because they said it was supposed to start at like 6:30, but it didn't start till like what 3 hours later.
9:30 out time. It was supposed to start 8:30 Eastern. They ain't start till like 9:30.
Yeah,
but enough of that. So what I'm on this week, we'll go ahead and finish this out and get on to these picks. For me, I chose to go with some albums. I got 2 albums, and they are 2 albums that kind of had me re-buy into hip hop, reaffirm my faith. During the mid 2000s, like 2007 on to 2012, 13, that was when that mumble rap really came out, and Drake was really hot with his singing ass, and I was like, damn man, who's gonna come and who's flowing, who's putting albums, complete albums from front to back. The first album was 2011, Cold World, Sideline Story. And I really wasn't into J. Cole like that. Our boy Keevy, we worked together, and Keevy was like, hey man,
shout out Keevy.
He kept bugging me. Hey man, you checked out that J. Cole? You checked out that J. Cole? I'm like, man, nah. I didn't know J. Cole had put out like 3 successful mixtapes before he released his first studio album. So finally Keevy was like, man, you ain't listen to that J. Cole? I was like, no. He said, man, where your phone at? I gotta give it to you for free. I said, shit, okay, I can't listen. Hey, you can give it to me, cool. Gave it to me. I listened to it from the very beginning. I was like, damn, this nigga, he's flowing. Production was great.
It was hard.
He's talking about, he's not talking about the normal stuff. He's talking about like getting a girl pregnant, and she talking about getting an abortion. He's talking about his trying to be better than his father, like shit that I can kind of relate to.
Real life type shit.
Real life type shit. Like as a young man back in 2011, shit I can relate to, like trying to be better than my father, and stuff like that. And then, and I guess too, because kind of like with T.I.'s first album, like the radio single, I'm like, man, this shit is corny.
Yeah,
Workout. I'm
gotta get it played.
They playing it to death.
Right.
But then you listen to the album, it's like, oh, you really got something to talk about.
It's hard.
So Cold World Sideline Story was my intro into J. Cole, and really had me like, okay, I'm feeling you. The next album, kind of the same vein. I think I seen somebody on Facebook was talking about it. I was like, man, let me check it out. And it was somebody who's like probably Chuck's age, because he graduated like a couple years before me. And
call me out for being old, but go ahead.
I said you 2 years older than me.
I'm just playing.
But and I knew this guy was like he was into like hip hop and all that. So I was like, man, let me check out this. And the second album is Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City.
Classic.
When I tell you the beat came on, Shireen, aka Splinter, and he started spitting and telling that story, it was another one that hooked me in. I'm like, okay,
because it told a story.
It told a story. Like it told a story backwards. It told a complete story. The funniest shit was his mama called and said, "Man, bring me my van back. I need to go get these stamps."
I want your body. I want your body.
To me, that album, like for cats our age, that took us back to when albums were really put together.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? There was a theme to the album. It was a sequence it went in.
You had some funny skits on the album.
Right. Every song flowed the story.
Right. We don't see that anymore.
No.
Very rarely do you see that.
Yeah.
So that was another one that kind of that hooked me in and made me, those 2 albums made me lifelong fans of those 2 guys. And anytime they put out a project, I'm gonna listen.
Yes.
You get you listen to Cole's newest one that came out this past year?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You know who I'm becoming a fan of?
Who that?
Who I couldn't stand?
Who?
Fucking 21 Savage.
I was the same way, dog. I didn't really care for that cat.
But every time he's featured on something, he kills it.
He does a good job. He's not finna rap. He's not finna out rap nobody.
Rap circles around you.
But I respect the Jit for his mentality because I watched some interviews. I think the Jit got a good head on his shoulders. But yeah, he's come along. He's grown on me. He's grown on me.
But the funny shit when he said on the Vice show, "Hey man, niggas don't want to fight no more." I would want these niggas ass.
And that's when I learned to respect them. Because you know what I'm saying? Most of these cats today are looking for a pistol. They don't want to wear no ass whooping. Hey man, ain't nothing wrong wearing an ass whooping as a grown man. Everybody's had to wear one every now and again. No. But bruh, put your hands up.
Not Egypt.
So every once in a while there'll be some artists that come along that I kind of be like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck with you because I like your music.
Yeah.
And these two, Cole and Kendrick, that's why I wish they would have. The rumors of them putting an album together, or doing an album together, now,
still could happen.
It could happen. But yeah, I'm just waiting on Kendrick new shit to drop.
True that.
And we'll be good to go.
Oh yeah.
So that's gonna do it for What You Own.
Word up.
Go check them albums out. All right, it's time for Who You Got. Since college football is kind of ending, what is sad, we picking all 6 NFL games, and these are some games that I picked that are probably to have some kind of storylines to them, and we'll get into those. But before we do, I promised to update the standings over the last 3 shows because I didn't do it. So I did it today and went back, and it's pretty interesting.
Got close. I know I've been rolling the dice. Since I had a little bit of a lead,
so
I've been rolling the dice.
So our show weeks 21, 22, and 23. Chuck, you were 9-9 over those 3 weeks.
Rolling the dice.
Like two of the 3 weeks, you stunk up the joint with either zero correct picks or 1.
I mean, I had a little bit of a lead, so I figured what the hell. Yeah.
Over those 3 weeks, said you were 10-8. Not too bad. You didn't stink it up as bad as Chuck did for 2 weeks, but you 2 weeks, you was like 1 or 2 games you won.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Nigga, get
coming up
to it.
I went 11-7.
You set that up as if you was gonna say I went 20-1.
But that's what I'm saying. We think about if I didn't last episode, I stunk on my NFL picks. Like I didn't get that last. So the first 2, 21 and 22, I was 4-2.
I know that last one, the college, I was probably
yeah. 4-2 and 5-1, and then I stunk it up with getting like 2 picks off the last show.
So what's our overall standing?
Overall, right now, Chuck, you are still in the lead at 24-11.
Not too bad.
Sid, 22-13.
Not too bad.
21-4. Out of the abysmal start that I had, I'm creeping up.
Hold on. Say that again. How am I still in the lead if you 21-4?
21-14.
Oh, you said 4.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
21-14.
Okay.
I'm 21-14. Slow, you 22-13. Chuck, you 24-11.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. So let's get into these.
Come up this week.
Got to come up for this week. So let's get into these games. So NFL, this is our NFL special. Since there's no college games other than Army and Navy, and we ain't picking that. We'll start off with Cowboys and the Washington football team, week 1.
Week 1.
I mean week 14 at 1 p.m. I'm sorry.
You go. You had a slow moment. It's cool though. It's cool though.
I did. Cowboys Washington football team in Washington, 1 p.m. Y'all want me to go first since I'm in the rear?
You ain't gotta ask me.
Okay, so you know.
Yeah, we know who's gonna pick.
Washington.
Are they playing in? What are they playing?
It's 1:00 in DC.
1:00 in DC. I'm picking the Cowboys. Sorry, Stella.
You just lost, man.
I'm picking up the Cowboys too because the only team the Washington football team gets up for is the Bucs. Everybody else, they pretty much think it up.
I mean, I think they'll definitely get up for the Cowboys.
It'll be a good game.
It'll be a good game, but it's such a toss-up. I'm gonna be honest, it's a toss-up. I'm just picking the Cowboys because
they're probably favorite.
I'm picking them because of the quarterback's black.
They got a better quarterback. All right. Second game we're gonna pick from is the Ravens versus the Browns, 1 p.m. in Cleveland.
I'm never picking the Browns again.
Even with the way the Ravens been playing,
I don't care. I'm not picking the Browns.
So you going with the Ravens?
I'm going with the Ravens because Baker Mayfield got more commercials than wins this year.
Okay, slow. Who you got?
Where they at?
They're in Cleveland. 1 p.m.
Lamar is due.
He overdue because he been stinking the joint up.
So you got to put some strategy in it, Detroit.
You picked the Browns, something wrong with you.
Yeah, I can't pick the Browns. I'm going with Lamar.
So you got to pick the Browns now.
I'll pick them. I don't care. I'm going with the Browns. Come on, Baker.
Man, Baker
Talk shit to the fans.
I wouldn't be shocked if Cleveland win this game.
No,
it wouldn't surprise me either.
It's not a surprise.
Yeah.
All right. Third game. Your Las Vegas Raiders versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Man,
1 p.m.
The Raiders
in
are
KC.
the Raiders are trash. They don't stand a chance.
They always
the way the Chiefs defense is playing, they always play them well. They do.
The Raiders always play the Chiefs.
But the way that defense is playing, outside of the tight end, I couldn't tell you who gonna catch a ball for the Raiders.
Deshaun Jackson and the old man Renfro.
It's over.
Who you got?
I got the Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
I'm taking the Chiefs and your boy Patrick
Mahomes. I need the fantasy points. I see a 30.
You may not get the fantasy points, but they'll win.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I need a 30-pointer.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. So it's a clean sweep on that one.
All
right. Next game is a 4:25 game. 49ers versus the Bengals. Two teams who kind of need to prove it. To show that they are contenders, not necessarily for the titles, but to make a playoff run.
I know Burrow had a little hand injury. He still lit
yesterday.
He still lit the Chargers. He still threw it for 300 yards against him with a sore hand. So, I feel like the 49ers been trending upward a little bit.
Jimmy G's been playing pretty good lately.
Been playing pretty good. It's another tough one, but I'm gonna take the Bengals at home.
Okay.
The Bengals got a 425 at home?
Yeah. That wind gonna be whipping. Sun go down, it's gonna be cold. Who you going with?
Is Deebo Samuel playing?
I don't know.
Last week.
I don't know.
Side note, I love to watch that dude play football. Man.
Yeah.
That dude's a football player.
Yeah, he's definition football player.
Yeah,
like what y'all need me to do, he'll go do it. Yeah. I like him.
I'm gonna have to go with the Chiefs too. I mean, I'm sorry, Bengals.
You know, Bengals. I'm going with the 49ers on this one. All right, next game is another 4:25 game here in Tampa. Bills versus Bucks. Y'all know where I'm going. Go Bucks. Slow, who you got?
I just don't like the way the Bills have been playing. He hadn't really got the ball. Stephon Diggs. He's been running around trying to be a hero. The Bucks defense ain't going. I don't think the pass rush got a little better. I got Tampa.
Okay.
I got Tampa too. I don't have no faith in the Buffalo.
Okay.
I thought they was going to be.
Josh
I mean, I'll give Josh Allen his credit.
He's been giving Josh Allen his credit.
I'm gonna give Josh Allen his credit, but I'm gonna give even more credit to the coaching staff. That's some hell of a coaching that they did with that kid because he was shit coming out of college. According to what it says, he had a rocket for an arm and that was it. He was athletic, but he was shit coming out of college. And they made that dude into an MVP candidate. So shout out to that coaching staff.
Okay, it's a clean sweep for the Bucks. All right, final game of the night. Monday Night Football, 8:15 p.m. We got the LA Rams versus the badass little kid, Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
In LA.
No, it's in Arizona.
Arizona. So they beat him in LA the first time. Yeah. Wow.
This is going to tell you everything you need to know about these two teams right here. Probably going to be the best game of that week.
Probably. This one's tough. I'm not gonna lie. This one's tough. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and pick the Rams.
You ain't going out on a limb because I'm going with you.
Oh, y'all going the Rams? So you know what that means. I gotta go with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I gotta go with the Cardinals.
I'm just picking the Rams
because I make or break the Rams.
It is. If the Rams, well,
no, because if they lose this game, they're definitely not winning the division.
No.
So that means they're gonna have to go on the road their first playoff game.
As much as I would like to see the little badass kid get home field advantage, I'm gonna pick the Rams. I'm gonna stick with the Rams. Yeah.
Rams, Cardinals. All right. Well, that's gonna do it We'll check back next when we record again and come back at y'all with a fresh show. We'll update these standings and see how
We're gonna pick college football championship next time.
That'll be too early.
It'll be probably some bowl games. If there's some decent bowl games, I'll put something in there. Because bowl week starts next week, I think.
I think so. Something like that. Yeah.
All right, that's gonna do it for who you got.
Oh.
All right. You know what time it is. The end of the show, we always close out with Who's That Lady, where we honor a woman in sports. This week, week 23, we are honoring the incomparable, in my opinion, Lisa Leslie. All right. Lisa was born in Compton, California. She's the daughter of Christine Leslie, who stood herself 6'3" tall, and Walter Leslie, who was a former basketball player. Growing up in Compton, she was never really initially not into playing basketball. She was more of a track star, but during her middle school years, a classmate begged her to play basketball. Come on, try to help the basketball team. What a lot of people don't know, which I learned, was that Lisa started out as a lefty. She was a lefty. And when they told him to get in line to do the layup line, she was the only person in the left-hand line doing the layup. So she was like, I don't want to be left on my own the first day. So from then on, she went to the right side and actually helped her out because she became ambidextrous because of that. When she got to high school at the age of 14, she was the first. She started at high school for the varsity at Morningside High School. I believe it's in Inglewood, if I'm not mistaken. And before she left high school, she went on to star in college at the University of Tennessee. Well, she had offers from Stanford and University of Tennessee, and to make her choices from. She ended up deciding to go to excuse me. I apologize. I'm losing my notes here. She ended up going to USC, where she started USC from 1990 to 1994. She graduated with a bachelor's degree in communications. She later completed her master's when she came back. She played a total of 120 college games. She averaged a dub, 20.1 points. She hit 53% of her shots. She knocked down 70% of her free throws, and she set Pac-10 records at the time. Pac-10 records in scoring, rebounding, and block shots throughout her career. She amassed an impressive 89-31 record. They won the Pac-12 championship, Pac-10 championship, and she earned 4 tournament appearances during her time. As far as her pro career is concerned, I'm just going to go across some of her accolades. We all know that she was a star for the LA Sparks, but I'm just going to go across some of her career awards and accolades. In 1994, she won the Honda Sports Award as the best female collegiate athlete. 2-time NBA champion, back-to-back 2001 and 2002. She was the finals MVP for both of those. She was the MVP of the league 3 times. 8-time All-Star. 3-time All-Star MVP. 8-time WNBA first team. 4-time second team. Defensive player of the year twice. All defensive team twice. Defensive second team twice. She's one of the top 15 players of all time. The Sparks retired her number 9 jersey, and USC has retired her number 33 jersey. And to get into her accolades outside of the WNBA, she won 4 gold medals in 96, 2000, 2004, and 2008. She won 2 golds in the World Championships and a bronze as well. And she's also completed in the World University Games in 1991, where she also won a gold medal. So Lisa Leslie is arguably one of the greatest female basketball players to ever play. I had the pleasure of meeting her. I would have sent you that picture of me and her, Claude, that I have of she and I together. They brought her in. We had a conference for work, and they brought her in as a speaker. My niece at the time was playing high school basketball and had aspirations to play in college. And I knew she was fond of Lisa Leslie. So I said, let me get a picture for my niece, if you don't mind. So I sent it to her. So she happily obliged. Very lovely lady. She didn't have to talk to me at all, but she was gracious enough to spend a couple minutes with me before she got up and did her speech. But shout out to Lisa Leslie from the OG Sports Show. We want to give you your flowers where you can still smell them. Right now, she's actually coaching in the Big 3, which is a huge accomplishment for obviously for a young woman to be coaching men at that stage. And hopefully, if she has aspirations to coach any further, she gets an opportunity. But shout out to Lisa Leslie from the OG Sports Show. Here are your flowers where you can still smell them.
Yes, man.
Word up.
All right. Well, that wraps up Michael Jordan week, fellas. Week 23 is in the books.
In the books.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate any and everybody joining us. As always, check us out on the Shifted Vision Media website. our YouTube site. Also check out the rest of our pods as well, a part of the SVN family. We'll be back again shortly to holler at y'all one more time.
Yes, sir.
Until then, we're going to sign out. Peace out from the OG Sports Show.
Go Washington.
We pound greater.